You know what's awkward? It's awkward when you make the problem about gun rights and then you get caught with the fact being you're the problem, and then you get called out in a letter on a national firearms organization by one of the leaders and authors of the PLCAA in Congress. That's always awkward. That's what we're going to talk about today. Everything will be linked in the description box below because we've got an article focusing on Mayor Kenney in Philadelphia, the same guy who has encouraged multiple people, multiple victims, multiple enterprises to go after gun shops in the city of Philadelphia through the lawsuit system. Partner with a big law firm, he said. Well, the only problem is every issue that he's blaming on these gun shops falls squarely on his feet. And this is about to expose exactly what they've done and what they're trying to make a scapegoat out of: your gun rights. Like I said, everything will be linked in the description box below. And I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. Let's get into this because I'm about to dismantle everything in this article which exposes Philadelphia and the gun control push for what it is: a fraud. Let's get it. August 8th, Philly sues firearm retailers instead of locking up criminals, by Larry Keene. Now, this is important because Larry Keene is the SVP and the general counsel of NSSF. He's the top lawyer. He's the one doing all of the lawsuits against the infringements of marketing across the United States. Well, he and his organization. And they're focusing on the PLCAA and upholding it because he wrote it. He helped it pass. And he's going after, honestly, the mayor here and saying he's full of it. Let's check it out. Philadelphia officials, desperate to shift responsibility to the crime control failures, are suing firearm retailers. This is well done. All right, so Philadelphia is suing 3 firearm retailers. We covered that on this channel when they started dropping it. Also, all the lead-in that Mayor Kenney started doing against freedom-loving gun shops. Frank's Gun Shop, Double Tap Shooting Range, and Delia's Gun Shop in Northeast Philadelphia, and Tanner's Sports Center in Bucks County, alleging the businesses are participating in illegal straw purchases, an illicit criminal activity where an individual lies on the background check form that they are the actual purchasers and instead sells them or transfers them to someone who cannot and won't be associated with the sale of a firearm. That's by definition what a straw purchase is. But now let me show you what's actually occurring with actual facts. And this undermines his entire point and then points the finger right back at him because he's the one that defunded all the police in Philadelphia along with the DA, Larry Krasner. The very controversial DA, Soros-funded Larry Krasner. Yeah, check this out. City officials are attempting to confuse and mislead the public between what is a legal sale and an illegal purchase of a firearm. Every firearm sold at retail by a licensed dealer requires the purchaser to complete an ATF Form 4473, which includes the buyer's signature attesting they are the actual purchaser. That's the true intended recipient of the firearm. The purchase information is then verified by the FBI's National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS, except in Pennsylvania. This is verified by the Pennsylvania Instant Criminal Background Check System, PICS, because the state is a point of contact, or POC state, that conducts their own background checks through the Commonwealth State Police. This happens for every firearm sold at retail. Pennsylvania also requires universal background checks for all handgun transfers, including those between private parties. That's universal background checks, the thing that gun controllers will tell you is the answer to everything. And yet, they're targeting out these gun shops. Now, the reason I tell you the backstory is because now I'm going to show you what's truly happened, because this is really important to understand what the gun controllers are doing, and they're being exposed in this article. It's linked right down there. George Soros-backed District Attorney Larry Krasner's response to Philadelphia's rampant crime was to lash out for more gun control, not criminal control. That's the important piece, not criminal control. Quote, finally, I just want to say this. It is disgusting, the lack of proper gun legislation that we have in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. DA Krasner said at a press conference immediately following the tragic shootings and before facts were gathered. This is despite the fact that the Brady Gun Control Report Card gives Pennsylvania a top 10 spot in America for states with the strictest gun control laws. Everytown for Gun Safety ranks it number 15, and Gifford's Gun Control Group gives it the same, 15 out of 50 states, with an added B- for good measure. That's the point. All of these areas that have high-level gun control scores from the main gun control groups are experiencing unprecedented crime. They're ignoring the crime and then begging for more gun control. That's the game. That's what's being exposed. Listen to what Mayor Kenney did. Like I said, this is a good article. It's all based in fact. And it's pointing the blame exactly where it belongs, the politicians on the left who are letting crime ensue to further gun control. Philadelphia's mayor, Jim Kenney, isn't any better. He oversaw the sheriff's office that lost more than 200 firearms but makes outlandish claims like, quote, "You can say you back the blue, but if you don't back gun control and gun availability, you don't back the blue." This is the same Mayor Kenney that allowed a cut of $33 million to kowtow to the defund the police efforts that decimated the city's police force. He's the same mayor who responded to criminals murdering 2 Philadelphia police officers by telling media, quote, "I'm waiting for something bad to happen all the time, so I'll be happy when I'm not here, when I'm not mayor, and I can enjoy some stuff." This is who we're dealing with here. Cut the budgets of the police and then blame every bit of crime that resulted from your actions directly from the defund the police movement on gun control or on gun rights, and then want more gun control. So you don't do your job. More crime ensues. The population is the victim of your actions, and your only solution is to take more rights from them because of your original actions. It's almost like you created the problem and you had the solution ready. That's why I'm hitting this, because Mayor Kenney was on cameras. I did multiple videos on it saying that everyone needs to sue gun shops out of business without a shred of evidence, without a shred of anything. They just want to. Do you see what's happening? Anyway, got one more thing for you, and then we get to wait for the Alito decision today. Mayor Kenney proclaimed that he would sue firearm retailers. He's made good on that threat. It seems he thinks it is more expedient to blame a business that didn't commit a crime than a criminal that does. The problem is Mayor Kenney and his City Hall lawyers are glossing over the fact that individuals commit the crime of straw purchasing. It isn't an illegal sale. The business isn't to blame for the criminal lying on the form and illegally transferring a firearm to a prohibited individual. Tracing a firearm from crime scene back to a retailer doesn't demonstrate that retailers ran afoul of the law. It is why Congress wisely passed legislation that bars trace data from being admitted as evidence, because it isn't evidence. Over 90% of federal convicts in prison for committing a crime admit they obtained the firearm through illicit means. That's through the black market theft or trading on a street corner. That's the entire point. This is an expose on what they've done to you and can be applied across the board. If you want to look at California, New York, Connecticut, any of the gun control states, they follow the exact same pattern. They create a problem, and they're ready and willing to infringe your rights more to solve the problem that they created. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.